It's like 8:30 a.m. on Easter Sunday. So I'm sure most of you are out there having a blood orgy, sacrificing young virgin males to appease the goddess of fertility and ensure another fruitful harvest of young and crops for the year. Um, or you're into that zombie guy. You're waiting for him to show up. But whatever you're doing, that's cool. I I ran my Curse of Strahd Classic game last night, and I was haunted by a very sad truth. And this is something that, as a player in Curse of Strahd, I felt this very strongly, and I didn't know what to do about it. And my players felt this last night, and my players didn't know what to do about it. And I thought about it all night, and then I woke up this morning and I was like, I gotta do something about this. So, here's the problem. It's a sandbox game with random encounters, and the random encounters are in no way balanced. So, XP's out. It would just be too tempting to pull like a JRPG and stay very close to town, and you just run laps around the town, encountering monsters. If you can't defeat them, you run away to the town. If you can defeat them, you gain XP. So XP is out. So we are using milestones in the game. And the milestones that we're using, I thought they were pretty smart, and I thought they were pretty well thought out, and I did a lot of research about these milestones, and I have a level cap, so you can only get to like level 12, and then you're done. We don't have magic in two of the games, and we only have one magic user in the classic game. So I'm tempted now to raise the level cap a little bit higher, but here's the problem. Everything that my groups want to do would give them a milestone, but they need to level up to get the milestones Does that make sense, right? So like, for example, my classic group last night, they have had dinner with Strahd, so they're actually level 4. They don't know where the Sunblade is, but even if they find it, they have to take that to Krezk to get it powered up, because I'm playing with that, has to be powered up. So in order to power it up, they have to get into Krezk. Well, in order to get into Krezk, I'm playing with the optional content that they got to deal with the missing kid and the werewolf lady. So they're going to be wandering around in the frozen woods outside Krezk trying to take care of this, to try to, charge up the Sunblade. And they're still only going to be level 4, right? And then there's finding and attuning the holy symbol of Ravenkind. This is actually surprisingly easy for one of the groups. And when I say easy, I don't mean that very literally. They can go to. Hey, what's up, Larry? I've been enjoying my break. So the one group, the holy symbol is literally just sitting in the chapel. So they just go to Castle Ravenloft, walk into the abbey, or not the abbey, the chapel, take it and leave. That doesn't seem very hard. Read the Tome of Strahd. Okay, so this isn't super hard. For example, I believe it's nightfall. The tomb is with Washer, and so they could just break into her house and steal it. They could muscle it away from her. There's a couple ways to get it. It's within their grasp, essentially. And then reading it just takes a couple of days, and then you're good to go. Two of the three groups have met or recruited their destined ally, but their destined allies all want a quest. Well, here's the problem with the destined ally for... Here, I'm going to move this over to the screen so it's a little bit bigger. Here's the problem with that, is that the destined ally for... Oh my god, for Classic is Davian Mardukov. And Davian Mardukov wants to defeat he either wants to get back all 3 Wine Stones, or he wants to defeat Baba Lysaga. Well, defeating Baba Lysaga is in and of itself its own thing, and getting all 3 Wine Stones is its own thing. So, like, you can kind of see where this is getting a little difficult, right? Because, like, one milestone is tied to another milestone, which is tied to another milestone. They're all high up on the shelf, but you have no step stool, you have no ladder to get there. Like, everywhere they turn, everything they try to do is outside of their reach, and there's really nothing besides these early ones that gives them any forward momentum. And without forward momentum, they are going to get frustrated, and they're going to quit, and they're going to die. So, I've got to figure out something in between a milestone and an XP-based system is my call on this. And that's why I was thinking this morning of mini milestones. I know, it sounds really stupid, but hear me out. So a mini milestone is sort of like experience points, except just hear me out, that I decide what you get them for, right? So, like, you can't just do random encounters to get mini milestones. So these are things that you would do in the story that would give you some XP, essentially. And once you got, let's say, 3 of them, because D&D loves a rule of 3s, you level up. It's kind of like getting heart containers in the Zelda game. You know what I'm saying? Like, in a Zelda game, you don't just get heart containers or spirit orbs or whatever for killing 100 bad guys, right? Or wandering around and fighting guys in the wild. You get them for completing shrines, right? So you get them for doing things, finding places and doing things. So I'm like, what if we did the same fucking thing here, right? So that's what I'm looking at. So we're gonna do a big old table here, and let me select this table. And table properties, colors, table border. Alright, so we have this table. We're going to go ahead and copy this information right here to here. Alright. Mini milestone, and this is going to be how many total. Alright, and I don't know if I can do maths here. I don't think I can, which is kind of sad. So instead of doing recover all 3 wine stones and have them at the circle, I'm going to have recover wine stone of fire as a separate one. Here we go. And then we'll have recover wine stone of water and recover wine stone of thunder. Okay. We'll keep doing this because if they give up the stones, they lose very powerful magical items. Or if they give them back to the Mardikovs, they can't use them to debuff Strahd. Because I'm taking that from the Fane's quest, but nothing else. Alright, entering the Amber Temple and surviving, that's one. So that's another thing, is in my classic game, Kesimir, the maimed elf or whatever, he has the Tome of Strahd. He only wants to give them the Tome of Strahd if they take him to the Amber Temple. So, like, that's kind of a end game thing, right? So then what? They go to Amber Temple and they get the Tome of Strahd, so that's two milestones. But those are 2 milestones that are locked behind that. You know what I'm saying? And the one group, they've got their fated ally is the werewolf waifu. the werewolf waifu wants her husband saved, right? Well, he's in Castle Ravenloft. So, like, what the fuck are you gonna do about that? You know what I'm saying? Like, you gotta go rescue him from Castle Ravenloft? I mean, that's a big deal, right? So there's all this, like, high-level shit that you have to do. But how are you gonna get high-level since we're not using an XP system? So that's the issue I'm having. Alright, so, down here, we've got, I believe, defeat the hags of the old bone grinder. So I'm actually going to get rid of this one. And we're going to go to old bone grinder. And I'm going to make each hag a mini milestone. That way, if hags escape, they don't get the whole thing, right? So we're going to put bone grinder, hag, Morgantha, and then I'll go ahead and put her 2 kiddos here as well. So if they kill all 3, if they do a clean sweep, well, that's a milestone. And if they don't, then they don't, right? They get partial milestone. And I think that's just a better way to handle that. So I'm going to go ahead and add that in. Alright. So then I can sort of backtrack to the village of Barovia, right? And did they help with the stuff in the village of Barovia? So we're going to say killed or cured. Oh, fuck. What was that guy's name? Doru? I think his name is Doru. Let's see. Yeah. So, Doru. And we should do Barovia. Okay, and then I had some side quests in Barovia as well. So, like, we could do Barovia. Found cure for zombie plague. And let's see, was there anything else interesting that happened in Barovia? Barovia Village. There was retrieving the goods from under the bridge. Well, dinner at Strahd's is its own milestone, which is why my one group is a level ahead of everybody else, because they had dinner with Strahd. But yeah, you could use the dinner at Strahd as a cover to go in and do the other stuff, for sure. So we got lighting the beacon of Argynvosholt as a thing, but let me add some more rows here, because I feel like this is going to necessitate more rows. And I was talking with Orf about this morning, so we have some examples worked out. We got the Brides of Strahd. So let's see. We made all the brides really tough, and then I'm not gonna count Escher because he's a sweetie boy. He's a little cinnamon bun. But the other 3 are pretty tough. All right. So I would say that taking out these ladies would be, so we'll do World Boss, Anastasia, and then let's go through here. Blood Druids. Oh man, shit, that would have been cool. Scroll. Dread Shadow. Cattle Mimic. Alright, Ludmilla. Alright. So we'll go World Boss. And then finally we need Volenta Popovsky. Alright. Okay. Now, other world bosses that we could include would be Rahadim. He's actually not that tough, but we could include him. So, I want to spell it right, though. Rahadim. Did I didn't even come close, did I? Sweet. Alright. Appendix, monsters and NPCs. Here we go. Rahadin. Here we go. Rahadin. Cool. Let's see. Other world bosses. And this is just giving us more opportunities for them to gain some fucking levels, honestly. Alright. I added a few real nasty bosses. So, I don't know if beating them would be good or not. We've got the Headless Rider, who's really not that tough compared to some of these other people. I almost feel like the world bosses, you shouldn't really be seeking them out. It's just something that you hope doesn't happen to you, ideally. So maybe we'll leave that as is. What about Winter Splinter? Would we count that as a thing? Alright. I mean, if you've let the druids build Winter Splinter, you're kind of fucked anyways. Like, a lot of people are gonna die or be messed up. And then we got Druid, the Gulthis tree, right? I think that's what it's called. Let's go to Yesterhill. Druid Circle, the Gulthius tree. I feel like the Gulthius tree is part of the Druid plotline, though. You know what I'm saying? That's the whole Stop the Winter Splinter initiative. So I don't feel like there should be a reward for not doing it, is the thing. And that's the problem. Like, I don't just want to hand out levels, because I want the game to be challenging. But the problem is, right now, the game is too challenging for them to fucking do anything. Yeah. So, I like acquiring the Blood Spear. That seems pretty good. It feels like getting the Blood Spear is its own reward anyways. Alright, Blood Spear of Kavan in the special events section. Alright. I'm going to say attuning to the Blood Spear of Kavan. So we'll do Yesterhill attuning to the Blood Spear of Kavan. Okay. Let's see. And then we got some Valakai based ones. So, killing Lady Washer. And then we've got Valakai killing the Baron. And then we got Valakai killing Izek, Strahd. And then we got Valakai saving Orphanage. And then we got Valakai saving Arabelle. Now, if you're paying attention to my games, you will know then that one of the groups has already done like two of these things, I think. Some shit like that. Alright. So for these guys, we want to make the background a different color. Something that we just know this is daybreak. I'm thinking that, and then this will be Nightfall's category. There we go. Alright. Cool. So no one managed to kill or cure Doru. Daybreak managed to cure Zombie Plague. Nightfall didn't do it. Classic didn't do it. None of the stones have been recovered. None of the hags have been defeated. None of the brides have been defeated. Rahadin hasn't been defeated. Nobody's gone here. Nobody's killed these people. Daybreak has done this and this. So they should technically be one level higher than they are. So I guess, however, at Argon Vassalt mini milestone, returning the skull. Okay, so returning the skull is a major milestone. Here, I will read you the major milestones. I will also share this link so you can look at it. But like a lot of the suggestions I've been getting have just been things that are already milestones. Alright, milestone, completing Death House. Milestone, spend one night in Village of Barovia. Milestone, long rest of Valakai. Milestone, have dinner with Strahd. Milestone, restore Sunblade to power. So I think that a mini milestone would be acquire hilt of Sunblade. So we'll do acquire hilt of Sunblade. Alright, and we'll do faded treasure. Alright. Now, the Book of Strahd, you don't have to do anything special once you get it. And the same with the, what is it? The icon of Ravenloft, or the holy symbol Ravenkind. You just attune to that shit. But I feel like the Sunblade is a two-step process, so it should definitely, acquiring it should be one. What about recruiting your fated ally? I feel like that should be one. There we go. So, recruiting fated ally is covered by these two at least. So that's good. I feel kind of bad now because under this system, Daybreak should be a higher level than they are. And I guess I'll just bank error in their favor after their encounter with the werewolves. I'll just level them. You know, I'll be like, alright, you leveled up, and I'm not going to tell you why. Alright. Going back up to the top here. Find and attune to the holy symbol of Ravenkind. Read the Tomb of Strahd. Aid the destined ally in their personal quest. Light the beacon of Argon Vassalt, which is a many-step process involving the skull and everything else. And mechanically, there's huge benefits to doing that besides just getting a milestone. Killing Baba Lysaga, killing the Abbot, those are all milestones. Thwarting the Druid's Winter Splinter initiative, entering the Amber Temple and surviving, complete the werewolf shit to the GM's satisfaction, recover all 3 wine stones and refocus them at the Druid circles, and kill Strahd. Because we're going to play it with the dumbass vampire bullshit, so there's going to be vampire bullshit on top of that. So right now there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 different milestones that you could get. And then if you count this stuff down here, we got 1, 2, 3. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So there's 23 different milestones that they could get, and the maximum level that they can get to is 12. So this has already fleshed it out quite a bit, as for things that they could be doing. That being said, could we do more as far as providing them low-hanging fruit that they could use to do this? I'm not sure. I feel like the vineyard. I feel like saving Davian should be its own thing. But for a group that he is their ally, that's like a 2-for-1. But then again, that's sort of the luck of the draw, right? Like sometimes you get a good card reading and sometimes you don't. So I don't really think that there's a problem with that. Alright, let's just go chapter by chapter then and see if there's anything that would necessitate like extra milestones. Because right now, we've got 21 of these little guys that they could do, these mini milestones. And I feel like some of them are manageable, like the orphanage and saving Arabelle and things like that. Those are low-level things that you should be able to do. The other stuff, you know, not so much. Let's see. Town of Valakai is returning the bones. I guess recovering the bones should be one. Yeah. Alright, so we'll add another Valakai here. Insert one row above. Valakai. Recover. Stolen bones. Alright. Old bone grinder. I don't really care about saving the kids. I feel like that's kind of secondary to all the other kind of shit they've got going on. Let's see. Town of Valakai. Town gates. What's going on here? Festival. St. Andrew's Church. Bones go missing. Hunters. I think Valakai is pretty much donezo with the shit we've got there. I mean, nobody's gonna bring Piddlewick II to to what's his face, but I mean, I'll add it in there. But I seriously doubt that's going to happen. So we'll add row below Valakai. Bring Piddlewick to Blinsky. Yeah, I don't see that shit happening. Let's see. The Washer House. And the thing is, killing the Baron and the Washerwoman, they don't have very good stats. The difficulty comes with dealing with the aftermath of those decisions. All right. What about discovering the truth? That'd be kind of cool. So insert row below. We'll do Valakai. Discover Van Richten. That seems good. Let's see. And I think that is that. Alright. Individual quests within Castle Ravenloft. I think that's kind of covered by your tarot reading more than anything else. Old Bone Grinder, we already handled. Argynvostholt. Is there any reason to get to go to Argynvostholt ahead of time? And I think raising the stakes had some pretty good reasons for going there. So Argynvostholt had unfinished business. So if you do all of these unfinished business, that could be one. So we will do that. We'll do unfinished business, Argynvostholt. Let's see. So Argynvost suddenly becomes a quest hub in this system. There we go. Argynvost, unfinished business. Because each of these smaller quests is a bit easier to fucking handle than the big ones. There we go. And there's a lot of them, so you don't have to do all of them, but if you are doing some of them, that will give you opportunities to level up. Alright, I'm into that shit. Alright, so go here. Alright. Now, meta, do I tell the players about mini milestones, or do they just continue to do stuff in the world, and then after they finish certain things, I tell them that? That's the question. I don't want them to be motivated. Florist Friars. Nice. Nice. Minor milestones for restoring sanity to a washer daughter. Ooh, that's a good one. Yeah, we'll go up and add that one. Alright. So I'll go up here to Valakai and insert row below. Valakai, restore sanity to washer daughter. All right. Let's see. Okay. All that seems pretty good. We got the Spear of Kavan added in there. Argynvost dudes will send everybody everywhere. So that's good. Van Richten's Tower. Is there really a benefit to going to Van Richten's Tower other than getting the wagon, which is full of useful shit? And of course, looting all this dude's equipment. I would say no, honestly. But we want to have some of these mini milestones so that the fucking game moves along. So what if we did climb the tower? Here we go. So we'll do this, and we'll say, nope, that's not what we copied. There we go. Alright, you know what? I'll just save it. Van Richten's Tower. Explore interior of tower. Okay. That seems pretty good. I would say like recruiting Esmeralda, but I feel like that's in and of itself like a huge boon or benefit, so I don't really think that needs to be anything special. Going to the Amber Temple, that that has its own story rewards anyways, so I don't think, and by that point they should be high enough in level anyways that they don't need any fucking level ups. Werewolf Den. I feel like that whole werewolf quest line, there really aren't too many subplots that we could do with that. You just kind of have to get that sorted. Alright. So if that's the case, we now have a lot of different ways at lower levels for them to get the things that they need. Ruins of Berez. I don't think there's any reason at all to go to Berez. It's just like, unless you're going to get the Winestone back, you got no reason to go there. So yeah, I think that provides enough options now, because we've got 3, 4, No, sorry. Math is bad. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, I can't even. Hold on. Because it's spanning multiple pages, I'm like losing track. All right, 31. So that's basically 10 levels worth of mini milestones, and then they've also got all the 16 main ones as well. So I think with this in place, I no longer feel that bad. They will have opportunities to do this, so that's good. All right. Let's see. I guess I gotta scroll through and see if anybody has accomplished any of this. Looks like Nightfall has 1. Daybreak has 3. Yeah. And my other group has 2. Classic has 2. Alright. Nice. So that's really all I wanted to do this morning, was just adjust the milestones. Now I'm back to basically last day of vacation. Games start up again tomorrow. We will resume play with Odyssey of the Dragon Lords. Pretty excited for that. We'll see where things are going. Furlers of Rovia, rescuing Gertruda at Castle Ravenloft. Okay. I don't really know. I don't really feel like that's a quest, though. It's like a red herring. Because she doesn't really want to be rescued because her mom was like a crazy person. I'm just going to leave that one as it is. That's sort of a red herring quest. Alright. Anyways, if you have any other ideas and you're on the Discord, please drop them in the Curse of Strahd thing. Otherwise, I'm going to call it here because they have plenty of options now, and I want to get back to vacation. So I don't know if you guys are handling Curse of Strahd differently. I definitely feel like it can't support XP, but it certainly could support mini XP, and so that's what these mini milestones are for. So I don't know. We'll see how it goes. All right. Hope everybody enjoys their Ishtar, and I'll see you next time. Ishtar, and I'll see you next time.